Okay, here we go. A couple more clicks and we are rolling now. Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to LisaBug Yoga for Stamina. So, I want to investigate in the month of July 2026 how we can use our yoga practice to help with stamina of our body in a lot of different areas. And, the beauty of the LisaBug community is our small little group. My intention is to serve you all that are with me live every single week and help you with issues that you might have going on. And so our special member Liz rolled her ankle and she's been really struggling with coming back and strengthening the ankle. So I gave it some thought and I thought, that's one of the areas of our body we really need stamina is in the foot, the ankle, the lower leg. When you think about how much that has to do for us day in and day out. So I'm going to pay special attention to the ankle, feet, and lower leg for our stamina today. We also had some special requests for neck and lower back. So I have got some props here for our big 3 exercises we've been working on. If you have shoulder issues, you might want to grab some props that you can stack up to give this a try, how I've got a way that we can support the shoulder. But let's come into our lymphatic warm-up first today and come kind of back into some of those preliminary exercises we started doing a few weeks ago. And I just want you to start to bounce up and down a little bit. And I want you to notice your ankles here. So when you are on your feet, if you have proper placement of your feet, you're going to feel your weight balanced into your foot. And it's kind of like a little triangle. There's a spot in the bottom of your heel that you're balancing, and then evenly through the ball of your foot. So you should feel equal pressure into the ball mound of your big toe, as well as the ball mound of the small toe. And I'm starting to feel my calf muscles are really working here a little bit too. So we'll do about another 10 seconds here. I'm going to get warm enough maybe to take my jacket off here in a second. Okay, great. All right, so let's bend the knees, swing the arms back, and come up into a little bit of a body wave. And you can grow this as you go, depending on how your shoulders are feeling today. But what I want you to notice is your ankles and your feet. So each time you come down, you're feeling a little bit of a stretch behind the back of the ankle, just above the heel, kind of in the Achilles tendon. And then if you're lifting up on the balls of the feet, you're coming into plantar flexion of the ankle or the foot. And reaching, starting to get the heart rate up here a little bit, the blood flow going, the lymphatic fluid moving. Good. Now let's come down and hold a little knee bend and start to alternate our arms forward and back. Now we're swinging, yes, but I want you to swing in a controlled manner. So not just willy-nilly flinging your arms around. I want you to place them and have some control in the muscle here. Now we can add a little bit in the lower body if we kind of come down and up a little bit. So I'm just, each time my arm swings, I'm bending my knees down and up a little bit more, kind of in the middle range of motion. Ooh, I'm feeling that in the ankles for sure. I don't think I could do this too much longer without needing a break in the lower leg. Let's do another 10 seconds. Great job. Okay, and then down and hold it here again. Let's start to twist side to side, rotating for the upper body. Now, if you need a break for your legs, you can come on up a little bit and then come back down. But what is this about? Stamina. Another word for stamina is endurance. Okay, push and pull. Reach. Flex your wrists a little bit. Or open and close your hands. Fists and fingers spread. Good. 10 seconds here on these. Couple more. Good job. And relax. Come all the way up. Take a step forward with your right foot, a big step back with your left. Oh, nice stretch for the calf there. So we're going to lift up on the ball of the foot, press the heel down. While we do that, hands are up, close your elbows, open, close, open. So I want you to find a nice range of motion for your back ankle. Your foot is parallel. You're pressing the heel down, stretch each time, and then come way up on the toes. So you feel like the first joint of your toe bones is flexing. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Hold that stretch down. Woo, lost the balance there. We're just going to imagine we're climbing a rope. So we're reaching up, reaching up. So it's just a little side bend with a shoulder raise. If you're struggling with your balance like me, maybe separate your feet a little wider side to side to increase your base of support. This is a nice one. It's a new one I put into our little lymphatic routine. Couple more here. Great job. Okay, relax the arms, switch the feet, step the left foot forward, right foot back, press the heel down, stretch. Then we're going to lift up on the ball of the foot and press down. But this time, instead of closing our elbows together, we're going to rotate our palms down and up. So a little bit of movement through the rotator cuff. I want you to go kind of slow with these for the shoulder movement and just be real careful with your range of motion here. Up on that back heel or up on the back ball of the foot, down on the heel. Think about your breathing and your posture and alignment. There's a pebble on my mat. I don't know what that is. It was right under my foot. I think sometimes my cat brings things around, leaves them on my yoga mat. Okay, let's hold that heel down, and then we're going to climb the rope. Up, up. Good, so stretching through the side waist. We're moving our QL muscle a little bit here. Your front knee is slightly bent. You're stabilizing your pelvis. And reach and reach. Great. I love that feeling, getting the spine warmed up and moving in all directions. We've got 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's start to move through dead arms. Wrap and twist. Good. So your arms can land anywhere. David sent me one, and the fellow that was doing it was a little bit more up here and tapping up in the chest area, and I like that one. But wherever your arms land is great. Maybe mix it up a little bit. Now notice the pivoting on your foot. So with a lot of these exercises, I want you to bring your awareness to what your feet are doing. Just to notice all the different movements that we can do with the feet. Flexion, plantar flexion, dorsiflexion, rotation, inversion, eversion. I'm going to cover all of those today. Okay, so let's take the feet nice and wide for the ballet squat. Toes turned out, sweep down, sweep up, down, up. Good, you go at your own pace, doesn't have to match mine. Same thing with your shoulder movement. Make that feel comfortable for you. Great job. Just a few more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it out. Reach across. Tap, tap. Open. Tap, tap. Open. Good. So you've got some twist. Got a bend in the knee. Got a little bit of touch on the skin there. Good. You can look side to side or keep your head forward. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now keep the legs straight and go slow, a little windmill, and come up. Slow. In Pilates, this is called the saw. and up and rotate. Think about your hamstrings and also bring your awareness to your feet. I feel like my toes are kind of gripping the mat a little bit to keep my balance, and that's good. They do that, and it's helpful to go barefoot often, not just always wear shoes, so your toes can do their job. Let's do one more each side. Great job. And then relax down. Okay, I think I can get rid of the jacket. So I'd like for you to have your chair available. We're going to go through some movements of the foot, but you might need your chair or a wall for balance. So I'm just going to bring it off to the side so I can hold on to it. So let's just bring our feet to parallel. Nice, good posture. We're going to lift up onto the balls of our feet and hold it there. So this is called plantar flexion, when the plantar part of the foot is pointing down, and then come down. And I want you to tip back to your heels a little bit and try to lift your toes off the floor. Not just your toes, the ball of your foot. So you're really sinking back into your heels. This is called dorsiflexion. So now at your own pace, lift the heels up, pull the balls of the feet up. And kind of for me to do this, I sort of have to push my bottom back. And that's okay. It's about what we're doing in the feet here, so we can get that movement. You might have to bend your knees just a little bit to find a good range of motion. This is something that can be done sitting in a chair. So sitting down, you can lift your heels up, and then you can lift your toes up. Let's do 4 more of these. 1. Good. You might not have a lot of range of motion going backward, but whatever you have. 1 more, and 4. Okay, take your left foot out to the side, point and flex for dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. Now we're also getting some hip stabilization here, which is nice. Point and flex. And I want you to do this, fairly vigorously. Feel those muscles working that are doing that ankle movement. Then let's make some circles around whatever your range of motion is. And I'm not circling my hip, I'm circling my ankle down there. Good. And then go the other direction with those ankle circles. So everywhere you move through this range of motion is both stretching and strengthening those little muscles around the ankle. 2 more. And 1. Okay, bring this foot to tree pose, wherever you feel comfortable with it. We're going to try lifting up off the standing heel, up and down. I like to get 10, 2. Now, if that's too intense for you, put both feet on the floor. 4. And we're not coming back on the heel this time. We're just lifting up and down. Check your posture. 5 more. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then ground that foot you're standing on and see if you can hold your balance in tree pose. You can do whatever you want with your arms. You can keep a light touch on your chair. Good posture. I feel that standing foot really working. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's relax down. Great job. Now I'm just going to bring my chair across to the other side so that I can continue to face you. So stand on your left foot, take your right leg out, point and flex, point and flex. This one's more tired, more tireder, because we were doing some movement standing on it already. Point and flex. Feel your hip active. Good posture here. And then let's circle the ankle around. Good. You might have different range of motion in one foot versus the other. Just do what you can. and then reverse that circle. Wow, this one's fatiguing really quickly. Okay, one more circle here, and then bring that foot to your tree pose. Your knee doesn't have to be directly out to the side. It can be on an angle here. Let's releve up on the ball of the foot for 10 and 9. So you're asking your calf muscle to lift your entire body weight up off the floor, and it's definitely challenging. So again, if it's too intense, go to both feet at the same time. 4 more, up. Good. 3, 2, 1. Now really ground into that foot. Start to find your balance. See if we can let go. Good job. Do what you can. I know one side is more challenging than the other. This is my more challenging side. And I feel a burn in my entire leg that I'm standing on. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and relax down. Great job. Okay, I'm going to use my chair to put my hands on for a little bit of a downward dog. You certainly can come all the way down to the mat, but I like this for shoulders. So I'm just going to reach out, walk the feet back, and stretch through the upper body and the shoulders. So from here, with legs straight, I just want you to bend your knees and then straighten your legs. Bend your knees, keep your heels on the floor, and straighten your legs. Notice what's happening here in your ankles. That nice little stretch. 4, and up. 3. You can look at your toes really well here to make sure your weight is balanced across the ball of the foot. 2. Now hold the knees bent here. We're stretching with the shoulders. You shouldn't have really much weight on your hands at all if you're using the chair. Now what I'd like you to do is keep your knees bent and lift your heels up and put them down. Up and down. We're going to go for 10. There's 3. Strengthening those feet and ankles with our knees bent works the soleus. 5. 6. Wowza. 7. Stamina here. 8. 2 more. 9. And 10. The heels come down, the legs straighten. And then we're going to take a big step forward with our right foot, still holding on the chair for a little bit of balance here. Lift your left foot off the floor behind you. So this is our warrior 3. Point and flex the back ankle. Now, if you'd like to make this a standing bird dog, you can take your right hand off the chair as we point and flex. The bird dog on the hands and knees is one of the big 3 that we've been working the past couple classes. So we're going to use this one today instead of the kneeling one to hit the big 3 exercise. Now circle that back ankle. And then reverse it. Good. Now I want to add some neck mobility here. So you can keep the right hand up or you can put it down. I just want you to look to the right and then to the left. And you're going to do that slowly 3 times each direction. So what I want to do today is add some neck mobility with our body in different positions, because that's going to apply gravity differently each time. So one more time, looking to the right, looking to the left, looking center. Take a big step back with that left foot. Push your heel down and stretch. And then we're going to twist open to the right side. So just start to rotate. Your elbow can come up, your arm can come up. You can put your hand on your hip. You can wrap it behind your back. Did you notice the stretch in the back leg increase here? Maybe if you didn't, come out of the twist for a second, notice it, and then put the twist back in. It applies more pressure in that back ankle in dorsiflexion. Good. Now you're going to look down and up 3 times. Look down. Look up. Good. So again, we've got a little different spot for gravity because our body is turned sideways. One more. Look down. And look up. Then let's come out of the twist. And then either step back to your down dog or step forward to mountain, whichever one. If you need to come up and take a break, come up here. Or if you like your down dog, you can just step back and hold this for your break. And then we're going to have our left foot forward with our right leg back, lifting it off the floor to point and flex. We can add the left hand reaching forward for our bird dog. Now, if I really use my core and my strength of my body, I don't have to have any weight on my right hand, right? So for those of you with shoulder issues, just touching gently onto the chair. You shouldn't need too much shoulder usage to hold yourself up here. Now let's circle the ankle around. Good. There's a little tiny bend in your standing leg. We're really feeling that hip working. And then reverse it. Good. Then just keep a dorsiflexion. So you're reaching out into the heel. Look to the left and right 3 times. You can still have the hand lifted or put both hands down on the chair gently. So nice range of motion. Going moderately slow, but not super slow. One more time, looking left and right. Good job. Look back to the center. We're going to press that foot back down and drop the heel stretch. So notice how the stretch feels. And then we're going to rotate to the left. And that, oh man, that deepens it for me. I don't know about you guys, but so once you get into your twist here and decide what you want to do with your left arm, we're going to look down and up 3 times. And down and over the right shoulder. Not just down, but I want you to create as much range of motion as you can here. So we're stretching and strengthening our neck, both. One more time. And then look back to the center. Same thing, you can either step forward into mountain pose to take a break or step back into your down dog. Either one. I'll take mountain this time. Roll those shoulders a couple of times each direction. Okay, done with the chair, so I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to come down into a side lying position for our side bridge. And I want to show this with my props for those of you that have any shoulder issues. So if you don't have to use this, but let's come down onto your right side. So if you have a right shoulder issue, I want enough material underneath your armpit that your elbow doesn't really touch the floor, or maybe not much at all. We're going to stack our knees or slightly stagger them and lift our hips up off the floor and lower down. So I compared this when I did it, and I'm lifting up pretty much the same amount and feeling the same work as when I have my elbow on the floor. So I think I'm going to ask you guys and let me know, those of you that are experiencing the discomfort in your shoulder, let me know what you think about this with this option. Let's do 3 more. This is the side bridge for low back pain. And 2 from Dr. Stu McGill. And 1 more on this side. Good. Now, if you have the shoulder issue, you can stay here like this, or even support your head here as we slide the top leg out to straight. And we're going to lift it up and point and flex. Oh, we've been here before. Yes. Plantar and dorsiflexion of the ankle while we have the hip in abduction. And then circle the ankle around. I'm feeling some outer thigh work for sure. Reverse your circle. Good job. Then hold it flexed, and we're going to do little small leg lifts here. 10, 9. I like this option with the props. Even though I don't have a shoulder issue on this side, this feels really nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 rest. So we're going to press ourselves up, and this leg will stay straight, and we'll sit here in this Janu Shirsasana position. We're going to take a side stretch over and just open up the side of the waist that we had our body weight on. Good. And if there's a more comfortable position for you to sit, you don't have to sit like this, but it does give us a little bit of a hamstring release and a hip opener on the other side. And rise up. Okay, let's try that on the other side. I'm going to forgo the props on my other side, just so I can kind of feel the difference, but you can use them on both sides, even if you only have shoulder issues on one side. So the exercise is the same. We have our knees bent. We're just going to lift our hips up. And for me, I'm coming up the same amount that I did over there. And it's not real high. We're not creating a side bend. We're just coming up to neutral. But I do feel more pressure now in my shoulder that I don't have those props. Absolutely. We're looking for 10. This arm can be doing whatever you want it to do here. 6, 7. We're strengthening our obliques and our QL muscle for low back issues. 8, 9, and 10. So then we'll extend this leg, but I don't want to stay on my shoulder. So I'm going to come on down, point and flex. So I want you to make these positions as comfortable for you as you can, because today our focus is on the ankle. Doesn't matter what you do with your upper body. And circle that ankle around. Get good range of motion. We've really warmed up the ankles now, so I want you to find the edges of the circle all the way around. And then reverse it. Good. Nice. Then keep the ankle in dorsiflexion. Small lifts for 10, 9. Great exercise for the hip and for the low back too. These exercises are very beneficial for the lower spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So now we have to press ourselves up. I use this forward arm and come on up to that position here. Now for me, I need some padding under this knee when I'm in this position on this side. There we go. And we're going to open up the side body the opposite direction from the shoulder we were bearing weight on. And just breathe right here into the waist, the intercostals. Couple more breaths. Nice. And rise up. Okay, there's something I want you to give a try. Sitting on the floor. If it's not working well for you, you can also sit in a chair. But we're just going to lean back a little bit and do some dorsiflexion of our ankles. We can pump both ankles at the same time, or we can do a little pedaling action, one and then the other. You're keeping your core engaged, your shoulders down and back. You could certainly add a weight to this and do some rotations or anything you want, but I'm focusing on the shin muscles right down here to lift the toes up, 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 up. So let's try to get about another 15 seconds here, both at the same time. This is ankle pumps from a seated position with a little bit of core activation. Good. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Sit yourself up. Extend both legs long. Sit in staff pose. You can have your hands behind you and fold out just a little bit with a nice neutral spine. And then we're going to do the third exercise of the big three. And I'd like for you to have your hand towel to go behind the back of your head here. So let's come all the way down onto our back. Once we're there, we find that little small space under our lower back. So there's a little space, whoops, hang on. Little space under the lower back. We want to keep that in place and slide our right leg out to straight. Then we'll reach back for that hand towel, and if you don't have one, you can just support the back of your head. But what I'd like for you to do is just barely lift your head up off the floor. You're supporting it a little bit with the hand towel, and I want you to turn your head to the right and to the left 3 times. Now you could do this without using the hand towel and just lift your head up and do it, but you're going to start to feel a lot of strain in your neck. But at the same time, you are strengthening it when you're not supporting it. So maybe just for 3 rotations, you could do it without using the hand towel. And then just relax the head down. Now keep your head down for the moment and lift your right leg up a little bit off the floor and point and flex. So we're going to go one more time into the ankles. And then if you want, you can slightly crunch the head and shoulders up as you're pointing and flexing. Try to keep this space under your chin like you had a little orange under there or a little tangerine. Keep the space under your lower back and circle your ankle. If your neck is getting challenged, you can turn it to one side and then turn it to the other. And then reverse your legs or your ankle circle. 3 and 2 and 1, and relax the neck and the leg down. Take a breath. And then switch your feet. Right knee bends, left leg extends out. And we're going to just lift the head. Option to use your hand towel, or go ahead and just lift your head up. Rotate to the left and right 3 times. Feel your abs engaged here as you're slightly lifting up. Feel that small space still under your lower back. 1 more. Great job. Relax the head down. Again, option to use your hand towel. We're going to lift the left leg up and start to point and flex. If your neck is really tired, just keep your head on the floor for this, or Crunch up a little bit and hold it. And then we'll circle the ankle, maybe about 6 times slowly. You can turn your head a bit if your neck is getting stressed. And then reverse that circle. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lay your head back. Let's bring the left knee up to the chest and then the right, and rock your back out a little bit here. So we've covered our big 3 today. We're still moving into some ankle mobility, so I want you to bring your knees to tabletop. Now, if this hurts your low back, tuck your knees in closer. That's okay. Or put your feet up on a chair where your heels are. And I want you to start to point and flex. So the difference is now our knees are bent versus our leg being straight, which we have done in the last few times with this. If you'd like to add core, you can be up here crunching. And then we're going to move both ankles in rotation at the same time. And I'm going away and coming together. So I'm making a clockwise circle with my right foot and a counterclockwise circle with my left. And then reverse. Go counterclockwise with your right foot, clockwise with your left. Whoa, I am really starting to feel this. One more time around. And then relax, set your feet back down to the mat. So we've got some glute bridging to work on a little bit of a challenge for the hamstrings and glutes. What I want you to do is start with your feet pretty close to your bum, kind of as closely as you can comfortably get them. And we are going to lift our hips up off the floor coming into bridge. Relax your neck, tighten your glutes and your hamstrings. What I want you to try to do here is to lift the ball of your right foot up a little bit, set it down, lift the ball of your left. Now this is going to be pretty hard with your feet close to your bum, but I want you to try it. Lift and lift. 2 more on each foot. 1, 2, 2. Now set your hips down. I want you to slide your feet forward just maybe 3 inches. So they're coming away from your bum a little. Lift up into your bridge. Now let's try that. Lift, lift. It might be a little easier. Lift, lift. 4 more each foot. And 3. And 2. And 1. And 1. Let your hips come down. We're going to do it one more time. Slide your feet away from you a little more. You're going to feel this more in your hamstrings. Just a little warning. Lift up. Okay, let's go. Right foot, left foot. Now I have the most mobility in the ankle of these 3 different positions. Try not to use your arms too much. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and 1 and come down and relax. Hug the right knee into the chest. Left leg can straighten all the way out. If you want more mobility for your ankle, you can add some more ankle movements in here, or you can just relax the foot and focus on the stretch here. We can also curl head and shoulder up just for a little bit of neck strengthening and abdominal engagement. Good. Lay your head back down. Open your right arm out to the side and draw the right knee across any amount so you feel a nice twist. And I have my head facing to the right. That's a typical way to do a yoga spiral twist, is to look the opposite direction of your knee. Now this is going to sound like an odd thing to ask you to do, but with your head turned to the side, can you lift it up and set it down 3 times? Lift it up and down. One more, maybe, maybe not. And then relax. Great job. Bring that knee back to the center. Set your right foot on the floor. Hug your left knee up. Option to slide your right leg out, straightening it. Relax your hip flexor and your thigh. Option to do some more ankle movement, pumps or circles. Option to curl your head and shoulders up to get some neck activation and some rectus abdominal activation. Try not to jam your chin all the way to your sternum. Leave some space there. Nice. You can move your head right to left as well here. And then let's relax the head down. Take your left arm out to the side. Look that way and draw your right knee across any amount to find your twist. Okay, so we've got our spiral twist. We're breathing. Now your option, if you feel like you can, with your head turned to the left, I want you to try to pick it up a little bit. 3. Ooh, it's harder on this side. 2. And 1. And then bring that knee back to the center line. Set your left foot on the floor. Bring your right knee up and then unfold the leg straight. This is our last position for ankle pumps. Point and flex. Your left leg can be straightened out. The benefit of doing this one with the leg high gives us that venous return, so we can use gravity to assist the blood and lymphatic fluid back toward our heart. And then just relax the foot and pull the stretch in a little more. Hamstring, and we're breathing. Now you can actually lift your head and shoulders up and curl. You can do it without any assistance, or you can grab your hand towel and hold it there for you. Nice and stable here. Couple more breaths. And then relax. Set your right foot to the floor. Bring your left leg up. You can keep this knee bent if it feels better for your low back as you do your ankle pumps, or you can slide that leg out. Great job. Bringing that blood and lymphatic fluid back toward the heart. And then just relax the foot. Hold it. Pull it in deeper. Or come up. You can walk your hands up a little further. You can move your head from side to side. A lot of options here. Do what feels best for you as always. Couple more breaths. And then relax down. Lower that leg down. We'll put the left foot to the floor. We'll bring the right ankle across. And I want you, without using your hand, I want you to use your hip to rotate your knee out and in. So it's this little muscle down here in the hip that's rotating out and in. Just a few little reps. Then press it out to your maximum and hold it there. So your knee is moved away from you. Engage your abs and pick your feet up. Use your left foot, your left leg, to push your right leg in toward you. So you're not using your hands at all. You're using the strength of your lower body. Ankles are dorsiflexed. Option to lift up. We certainly can add that in, or with your hand towel. Couple more breaths. Good. Relax it down. Switch legs. Left ankle crosses right thigh. We're going to push that knee out and in. I have so much more mobility on this side. It's just, I wonder what will happen after I have my right knee replaced. It's coming from my hip, but it's really interesting how my mobility is completely different. You think Dr. Mayer put a different the hip in and on the other side. I don't know. It's probably just tight muscles. Okay, press it out and hold it. Activate your core and pull your knees up. Use your right leg to push your left leg in toward you. Any amount. Option to come up. Challenging your neck muscles. Challenging your rectus abdominis. Use your hand towel if you need. Hold and breathe. Ankles are dorsiflexed. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And then let's lower down and relax. Great job. Roll yourself over and press yourself up to a comfortable seat. And we are going to do some more movements with our hand towel. And I want you to just sit comfortably. So maybe that means you're going to get up and sit in your chair, or you can sit cross-legged or extend your legs out, whatever might work good for you. And let's bring that hand towel and reach it above the head, stretch, and then just use the core muscles to stretch side to side. Good. Now you don't have to use the hand towel, but it does give you something to kind of pull against. Now the next time we go over to the right side, we're going to stay there. So we have the left side of our waist is open a little bit more, and I want you to rotate down toward the floor and then rotate back as far as you can the other way. So you're going to be looking down, but your head is staying between your arms, and then you're going to be looking up. 1 more on this side. This is upward rotation of the back side of the obliques. And then bring yourself up to the middle and relax your arms for a minute. Now that can be a lot of work in your shoulders. That exercise can also be done by supporting the neck back here. So if this doesn't feel good with all of this movement, you can put the towel here. So we have a side stretch. I'm going to rotate down, rotate back 3 times. Make sure you're moving through a safe and comfortable range of motion. 2, and 1. Come to center, pull yourself up, and relax down. Great. Relax those shoulders a little bit. And then we're going to do our supported neck movements with our hand towel. So I'm going to fold it up a couple of times. So we bring that behind the back of the neck. I'm going to take the right hand first to hold on to the left side. The left hand second to hold on to the right side. The left hand pulls the right side up over your right ear. The right hand pulls across a little bit. So you're going to add a little side bend with a slight amount of upward rotation of your neck. Oh, do we likey? Definitely. This is a neck stretch that I just don't feel like I can get without the hand towel. And I feel so supported. Stay here a couple more breaths. You're just in a comfortable seated position, whatever works for you. And come back up and release. Now for today, we're going to do that 2 times on the same side. But in between, I just want you to tip the other way just for a second. And then we're going to do it again. So that right side comes back up over the right ear. The left side rotates across. Side bend with a little bit of upward rotation. And breathe. And then bring it up. Relax it totally. And then reach forward with your fists. Separate your shoulder blades and drop your chin straight down. So really separate your shoulder blades. Use your chest muscles to push your shoulder blades apart a little bit. Drop the chin down. And then lift your head. Separate your hands. Don't bend your elbows, but retract your shoulder blades. So pull your shoulder blades towards each other. So I have my arms long, but I'm retracting back. And try to do it without shrugging your shoulders up. So shoulders are down. We're just in shoulder girdle retraction. Imagine you're pulling on a heavy weight and drawing your shoulder blades together. Good. And release that. Couple little shoulder rolls here. Then our left hand is going to come across. The right hand goes over it. The right hand brings the left side up. The left hand brings the right side across. And we side tip our head with a little bit of upward rotation. We're going to hold here and breathe. Very, very safe, pain-free range of motion. So we're not forcing or cranking this at all. Feels very supportive and safe and relaxing. Good. Let's take a short break on it. So come on up and just tip your head the other way briefly. And then we come into it again. Right arm reaches up and across. Left arm rotates. Hold. And then come up. Release it completely. Make a fist, push forward, separate your shoulder blades, drop your chin down. Separate your shoulder blades a little more. Almost like you're trying to hunch your back like a cat. And then bring your head up, separate the hands, retract the shoulder blades without bending your elbows. So just pull back. Activate your core here. Imagine you're pulling something heavy and squeezing your shoulder blades. And then relax. If this feels comfortable for you sitting on the floor, I want you to be able to somehow grab a hold of your right ankle and take your hands and massage your ankle and your foot. Might feel better to do that in a chair. I know not everybody feels comfortable sitting like this, and your foot might not be accessible to you. But give your foot some love. Maybe even give each toe a little spin around or a pull. You can flex your foot. Feel that plantar fascia under the bottom of the foot. You can put a little bit of pressure right on the bottom of your heel. You can stretch your toes like this. Ooh, that's how I'm going to hold it for another couple seconds. I need that one. The top of my arch is very tight. I used to have a nice ballet toe point, but my feet got stiff. That happens over 67 years. Okay, let's switch feet. Let's see how I do on this side with my knee. Yeah, I can get it. Okay, massage that foot a little bit, various directions. If you find a tender spot, maybe just stay on it for just a second with a little bit of gentle pressure. Give your toes some love. Our feet do so much for us, and they're the furthest thing in our body away from our eyes, so sometimes we don't even think about them. We don't give them any credit for all the work they do. I'm going to stretch my toes across like that. Yeah. Whew, I need that every day. Couple more breaths, everybody. And then release it. Take your time to come onto your feet any way that works good for you. Standing up. And then we are going to finish. This is not the usual thing we finish with. It's usually something we begin class with, but we haven't done it in a while. Breath of Joyce. 5 rounds. Bring your feet about hips distance apart. We have 3 inhales through the nose, 1 exhale through the mouth. Inhale, arms forward. Inhale, arms side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And then rise up. We'll take a final breath together. Reach up, send your gaze high, press the palms above the head, drop thumbs into the heart as we celebrate our hard work today and our dedication to the LisaBug community, and the light that resides within me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. Wow, how do the ankles feel? Hopefully you can stay along for a chit chat for a couple minutes. I'll get our recording shut off and we'll see how the ankles did today. Especially interested to see how Liz did today. Okay, let's bring this off.